Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to demystify the tech that's completely automating agreements and really reshaping entire industries, from finance all the way to real estate. We're talking about smart contracts. So, let's just dive right in by asking a pretty simple question about how we've always done things. I mean, think about it. For centuries, if you wanted a binding agreement, it meant tons of paperwork, a bunch of middlemen, and let's be honest, a lot of room for human error. Right? We're all used to this world of manual processes. We rely on lawyers and banks and brokers just to make sure things go smoothly. And all that does is add time and, of course, a lot of cost, and it can even lead to disputes. But what if there was another way? A way to make agreements just run automatically, securely, and without you having to trust anyone but the code itself? Well, this new way is all thanks to smart contracts. And the absolute best way to get your head around them is with a simple but really powerful analogy that, get this, actually came about decades before blockchain was even a thing. Okay, so this is the key takeaway right here. A smart contract isn't a piece of paper, it's code. It's basically a digital agreement that lives on a network, and this is the most important part, it enforces itself. You don't need a middleman because the code is the enforcer. The original idea came from computer scientist Nick Szabo way back in 1994, and it just illustrates this perfectly. Think about it. You don't need to trust the owner of the vending machine, do you? No, you just trust that if you put your money in, the machine's mechanism will spit out your snack. It's this super simple three-step logic. It all follows an if-then structure. If you do your part of the deal, say you deposit some cryptocurrency, then the contract automatically does its part, like transferring ownership of a digital asset to you. It's instant and it's guaranteed by the code. So how does this simple vending machine idea actually translate into the digital world of the blockchain? Let's take a look under the hood. This four-step cycle is really what gives a smart contract its power. First, developers write the rules of the agreement into code. Then, and this is crucial, it's deployed to a blockchain, which makes it irreversible. After that, the contract just sits and waits for a trigger, executes automatically, and finally, the result is recorded forever on that distributed ledger for everyone to see. And this just brilliantly shows why they're so revolutionary. All these characteristics, they work together to create what you could call automated trust. Because the contract is immutable and lives on a decentralized network, no single person or company can change the rules or just stop it from running. The trust is literally baked into the logic of the code itself. Now, this isn't just some theory, okay? Smart contracts are already having a massive impact out there in the real world. So why does this matter? Well, let's look at some of the numbers to really understand the scale of what's happening. In the world of finance, these things are the engine behind what's known as decentralized finance, or DeFi. By the end of 2021, over $94 billion were locked into these platforms, automating everything from lending and borrowing to trading, all of it without needing traditional banks. They are also the literal backbone of the entire digital asset and NFT market. In 2021 alone, they managed over $17 billion in trading volume. They're what ensures proof of ownership for digital art and collectibles, and they can even automate royalty payments that go straight back to creators every single time an asset is resold. Now, what's really fascinating here is just how clearly this lays out the advantages across the board. I mean, compared to traditional agreements that can take weeks and come with huge fees, smart contracts are nearly instantaneous and way more cost-effective. The whole idea of trust shifts from, fallible human systems to verifiable, unchangeable code. And it's not just finance. These contracts are streamlining really complex processes everywhere you look. In supply chains, they give you this transparent, unchangeable record of a product's entire journey. In real estate, they can automate a property sale down to a matter of minutes. They can even manage secure healthcare records and give us all a lot more control over our own digital identities. But okay, like any powerful new technology, this is not a perfect solution. Smart contracts have their own unique set of challenges and some pretty significant risks that we really need to understand. And here's the paradox. Their greatest strengths are also the source of their biggest risks. That immutability we talked about, well, it also means a bug in the code can be exploited by hackers with permanent, irreversible consequences. Think of the infamous DAO hack that led to millions being stolen. A mistake is forever. And on top of that, their legal status is still a global gray area. And their need for external data from things called oracles can create totally new points of failure. So this leaves us with a really fundamental question. As we build more and more of our world on these automated systems, we're not getting rid of trust, we're just shifting it. We're moving it from human institutions to lines of code. The real question is, are we ready for that future? Thank you for watching. If you got something from this, please like the video and support the channel by clicking on the subscribe button.
That really helps us. Thanks again.